Thought I'd try a little bit of video analysis here. So we'll go ahead and watch this replay. This is Juri versus Rose. Now, the first couple of seconds of the match here, I want to stop for a second. What I noticed in this replay was the majority of the issues probably come down to matchup knowledge or matchup sort of theory on how you want to fight Juri. So, as an example, the very first few interactions you have are Fireball, Fireball, and a couple of V-skills, right? The important thing to notice here is you got a little bit of damage, but Juri now has every one of her kick stores over in the left corner, right? And you're at full screen. So even though the screen positioning is still kind of neutral, you've sort of seeded all of the stores that Juri needs to either convert combos or make them safe or throw her grounded Fireball, and haven't gained a whole lot from it. So you noticed, it seems like, that she wasn't really approaching you, and so you got some V-skill charge, which is nice, but so did she. So at this point in time, Juri's approaching you. She's got all of her charges, including V-skill charge, and you're walking backwards towards the corner, right? So you can kind of see you've lost the neutral battle right here. Now this Juri noticed, well, this Rose is going back into the corner, and she's throwing fireballs and V-skills at me, so I'm going to try to react and jump in on you. And she got you. Because she had all of her charges, she also got a bigger combo than she would have had she not been allowed to get all of those kick charges, right? She dropped the combo, but again, because she had those kick charges, she was able to make it safe. Or she would have if she canceled into Fireball, I think. So that was a good cancel. There was a good punish on that. But you then proceed to dash up and whiff throw. So remember, after this interaction, the Juri back rows, right? You can see her back roll. When somebody back rolls on Rose's spiral knockdown, you don't get dash up Oki, and you especially don't get dash up throw. So a better player would have punished this throw whiff immediately, right? In this scenario, what you should have done is probably either throw another V-skill, throw a Fireball, or walk up and press a button like Stand Heavy Punch or something. I like the crouching medium punch when you notice that the throw had whiffed, but then I don't like the backdash. So remember, Street Fighter is primarily a game about resource management, and the biggest resource you have is not meter or health, it's screen positioning. So in this scenario, you had kind of fought your way out of the corner with that good spiral punish, but then you go back into the corner and start throwing fireballs again. So remember, we just talked about, this is not really an advantageous position or interaction for Rose, and she gets more charges, the Juri does. I like the jump out as she approached, but unfortunately, crouching or a jumping medium kick is not a fantastic button, and as you can see, she walked right under it. Jumping light kick might have hit there, but I think the Juri just did a good job of walking under your jump in. So you get thrown back into the corner, which sucks. That was a good block. Good job being patient there. I like the jab check when you know that you are technically plus. Missed anti-air. This is good blocking. But then you got impatient. So there's that scenario where she canceled and was -2. It looks like you're trying to EXDP through all of that, which I guess is okay. And I think you get one right here, actually. Kind of raw. That's alright. I think you were just a little bit panicked because you were in the corner. That forward heavy kick isn't really going to do a whole lot. Even if she dashed, I don't think she would have got hit by that. And, you know, that Juri had just been knocked down full screen with no charges. So you have to think, alright, well, she has no charges. She probably wants charges again. I don't mind the back heavy kick to probably try and catch a dash, although what you do after is walk backwards again. So walk backwards, and you're really trying to, at least in my opinion, it looks like you're trying to catch her dashing in at you, which I appreciate, but you're doing it with really big buttons, right? When you could just be doing maybe a stand jab or a crouching medium punch. But what you should notice here is not only is this Juri not trying to go for charges, she's really just kind of wiggling back and forth. You can see in her input she's not really doing anything else. So you have to imagine that she's looking for this. She's looking for the next fireball to come so she can react to it visually and get in, which she does. In this scenario, you are minus. You're trying to V-shift in the corner, which I understand the inclination to try and get a knockdown off of this, but remember that V-shift in the corner is generally not a good thing to do. But you got the knockdown and got out. So now you got some space, but then you walk back again. So remember, the biggest, most important thing in Street Fighter is that you have your screen resource. Every time you're in the corner, things go really bad, especially when Juri has charges, so you don't want to walk yourself back in. It looked like you were trying to walk yourself back to then bait a dash in. She jumped, and you switched spaces. No conversion there, but I don't really blame you. That would have been impossible to single hit confirm. It's an alright fireball, but you know that Juri wants to jump, and you correctly baited one. Got a good anti-air. Great pressure afterwards. I like the backdash to get back to center screen and throw a fireball, but now she's going to activate V-Trigger, and I mean, really, that's a fantastic V-Reversal. This is when you should use V-Reversal in this matchup, is when she has V-Trigger active. I would have tried to wait for a couple more cancels just to maybe burn some more of that V-Timer. She's going to throw a fireball. You can't really jump over those, and every Juri knows that people want to jump over them, so she's going to meet you in the air, and this round's basically a wash. Alright. So I'm going to go through the second round a little faster, but before we get there, I just want to say that we should kind of recap what we learned here, right? We learned the important things of this matchup are the fact that Juri has to get charges to make things safe or to extend her combos. And sitting full screen is a great way to allow her to not only do that, but then to react to your fireballs and get it on Rose and push you into the corner almost immediately. So you start around the same way, which, as we've already talked about, not ideal. She has all of her charges. Same kind of thing, not particularly useful. I like the EX Fireball as a way to prevent her from moving forward too quickly, and you take the space up and you go for the forward heavy kick crush counter. It hasn't really worked at all in the last round, and the Juri clearly knows, based on her blocking low after the fireball, that Rose has tried to do that. A little bit of a wild back heavy kick, but it worked. Good light pressure, good frame trap, poorly spaced spiral. Good blocking. Nice punish. Again, and look. Let's make sure. Did she back roll here? I'm pretty sure she back rolled. Yeah, back roll. So remember, you don't get Oki here. She jabbed you out of this. Didn't get the confirm. That was an okay spiral. But again, same thing as before, right? Almost the same time in the round too, where the Juri's saying, this person wants to throw fireballs at full range. I'm just going to EX through it. On reaction, missed a couple anti-airs. That was a pretty good throw by that Juri. You finally got the crush counter, but didn't get a combo, so dash up throw. At least you salvaged something out of it, but want to see a combo out of that. First use of stand heavy punch in the game, I think, and I like it. Looks like you tried to cancel an EX Fireball, which can be good, but at the same time, you know, at this point, you probably want to try to save your meter either for EX Spiral or for, you know, some maybe EX Bind, something like that. That was probably just a really good button placement, although you got to take notice of the situation. This Juri has full meter, full V reversal, or full V meter, and also has a couple of stocks, so she's going to try to get in and activate on you. That was an okay V-shift, but you really need to probably stop using V-shift on Wake Up. It's not particularly good. At the same range, you used DX Fireball again, and the Juri was ready this time, or probably just YOLO Jump because she wants to activate on block. And at this point, unfortunately, with the meter situation and with how this is going to go, the round's kind of over. Remember, you have the V reversal after she starts hitting you with buttons, not on the activation here. And that's just Juri pressure. So the main takeaways here are that we got to work a little bit on holding your ground in the mid-range, right around Rose stand heavy punch range. A range that you can anti-air very easily, but also are not having to consistently worry about somebody jumping in on you at difficult to anti-air ranges, right? So a lot of anti-airing is both position and reaction, especially against Juri. That is made even more stark because she can jump over your fireballs at EX flip, and she obviously wants to get stores at any opportunity. So just a lot of things to sort of work on positionally and sort of breaking out of ruts, especially mid-round when you notice something's not working, and a little bit of labbing in the Juri matchup. Now, the positives, you did get a few good anti-airs. You had some good frame trap pressure with your jabs and your crouching medium kick and crouching medium punch. A couple of good punishes on some of those unsafe Juri cancels. And I did think you had pretty good fireball spacing when you were in the mid-range. Now, the full screen fireballs I'm going to advise against, but I did like some of those medium-range fireballs that allowed you to bait jumps. So I think you have a good idea of kind of how Rose wants to play, but you're kind of marrying yourself to this idea that Rose is a zoner when she's really not, especially in a matchup where Rose needs to be the aggressor to prevent Juri from kind of running you over. So I hope that was helpful, and yeah.